My older brother, and our oldest sister are being taken to court by our birth giver. This all started back in October of 2021. Our father reached out and told us that he was diagnosed with cancer, which obviously devastated us. Our mother found out through one of our siblings that we no longer associate with. My older brother found out. He went to her house to tell our younger brother. Dad called Buddy and told him what was going on while Bro and Cunt were there. Cunt started throwing a fit. For a little while Dad was okay, still able to do his usual housework, take care of our brother with cerebral palsy, and had started immunotherapy. Things were all right. When December came around, Dad wasn't doing good. He went in for a round of radiation, and came home and was throwing up and dry heaving with no signs of stopping. Baby's nurse told Dad that she needed someone to come to the house that would be physically able to take care of baby, otherwise she'd have to place him into a nursing facility. Dad called Bro, who messaged me and Sis, telling us what was going on. I didn't have to work that day, and considering Sis has kids and Bro had to work, I said I'd go up there to do it. I figured this would be short term, and boy was I wrong. I've been there for a week now, when Dad and I are awake, having a 1 a.m. conversation. Dad, honey, I don't know that I'm going to make it through this weekend. Me, Dad, what are you talking about? Dad, I can see how much muscle mass I'm losing, and considering I can't even get out of bed on my own or use the bathroom myself, I think I need to go to a hospital. I don't want to lay here in my bed and die. Me, starts freaking out, trying to figure out what to do because I have osteoarthritis in most of my joints, and know I couldn't take care of baby long term. Dad, call Bro and Sis, I'll tell them what's going on, and I'll wait for them to get here before we call an ambulance to come get me. Me, crying and calling my siblings to get them there at 3 a.m. My siblings show up, we sit with our dad until he's ready to go. Bro and I decide that since we are the two most readily available, we'll alternate taking care of baby. Sis says she'll help take care of baby's paperwork and help Dad make up a living will and power of attorney. All agree to not tell Cunt about it because she attempted to prevent Dad from getting guardianship of baby prior. We as siblings have taken care of baby with the carefully written instructions provided by our dad and with the help of his home health nurses. Early January, Cunt is pissed that I didn't show up for Christmas at her house. 3 of our sit down and decide that sooner or later we will have to tell Cunt about what we've been doing cause she's starting to get suspicious. Bro says he'll tell her, cause he isn't afraid to go toe-to-toe with her. Sis and I both tell him to call us when he tells her so we can all talk about it together. Bro goes over to Cunt's house at 3 a.m. and tells her everything alone. Cue the narcissistic behavior. Cunt sends a message in a Facebook group chat to me, my BF, Bro, Bro's fiance, Sis, and Sis's husband. Sis proceeded to call all of her abusive behavior in regards to not only the 3 of us, but also Buddy and her 2 kids. Cunt basically says none of it happened that way, and brought up her 3 strokes she had 6 years ago. She ended up blocking most of us, then proceeded to make another Facebook group with my BF, Bro's fiance, Sis's husband, and a bunch of family members telling them to support her kids but don't get involved, and that it's time for Dad to pay for everything he's done the last 24 years. She then proceeded to turn off all service to my, Bro's, and Buddy's phones while Buddy was at wrestling practice at school. She turned her anger onto Buddy, and was telling him he's an adult and if he doesn't do things her way then he's in trouble, going as far as telling him he can rent the laundry room to use to wash his own laundry if he forgets his clothes in the dryer, and sending him text pages of chores for him to have done by the time she got home, and he told her that he'd do it when he got home from wrestling practice. She got home at 1 a.m. and yelled at him until 4 a.m., and then he got up for school 2 hours later. She harassed him throughout the school day, and when he got home told him he had until 11 p.m. to get his stuff and get out of her house. Sis went and picked him up. He got anything he needed and wanted, and he now lives with me and Sis. Cunt then went into the family group chat and basically told the family we put her in a corner so she attacked back, casually leaving out the part where she was texting bro's fiancé telling her that we are the assholes. She put in for an emergency hearing for baby to the court, saying that he has been without medicine and care, even though we not only have refilled his medicine when needed, we have set up his new doctors as well. Dad's lawyer said that she has no legs to stand on, especially since she hasn't had contact with him in 12 years, and Cunt even admitted that in one of her texts to us, which was of course submitted as evidence against her. So now the three of us have to appear in court against her. I'll update y'all when that happens. Sorry for the length, this is the best I could do to summarize. Thanks for reading. Update. On March 3rd, Dad passed away. He fought to the end, and passed peacefully and in no pain. Us kids sat with him in the hospital through his final days, and were able to say our goodbyes. Today, me, bro, sis, and buddy all went to court against the cunt. Not once in her testimony did she even mention baby's care. It was all about her divorce with my dad all those years ago, claiming she did no wrong to any of us, attempted to bash us for stepping up and taking care of baby, and continuing to try to lie and bash dad. It was an open hearing, and the judge was almost floored by the amount of woe is me nonsense that came out of her mouth in that courtroom, and called her out on it. But it's officially over. Bro and sis have been officially made co-guardians of baby, and bro had moved into our dad's house shortly before his passing. All legal documents in regards to the estate and vehicles were signed over to bro, and the cunt got nothing. I am so glad this is all over, and none of us have to deal with her anymore. Once again, thanks for reading. Thank you to everyone for the kind comments, messages, and support. And thanks for being here.